We use verbs a lot in English. But did you know that phrasal verbs are just as common? In fact, there are thousands of phrasal verbs in English. So, what are phrasal verbs? A phrasal verb is a group of words that consists of a verb with one or two extra words known as particles. Stand up, sit down, run away, and bow down are all phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are very commonly used in daily conversations, so knowing them can help you understand others better, and using them can make you sound natural and friendly. Therefore, learning phrasal verbs is essential for improving your English fluency and enhancing your communication skills. Now let's delve deeper into the world of phrasal verbs, which can be categorized by transitivity and meaning. Transitivity refers to whether a verb is transitive or intransitive. Transitive verbs need an object, while intransitive verbs do not. For transitive phrasal verbs, they need an object to complete their meaning. Take put on and switch on as the examples. Put on means to cover part of the body with clothes or shoes, and switch on means to turn a light or machine on by pressing a button. We can't say I put on its own without adding something, as the meaning of the sentence is incomplete. You put on what? I put on my shoes. That means I wear my shoes. For switch on, similarly, if we just say I switch on, the sentence lacks clarity. We need to specify what we're switching on. I switch on the light. That means I turn on the light. As for intransitive phrasal verbs, they don't need an object. Let's take sit down and stand up as the examples. Sit down means to move from a standing position to a sitting position, and stand up means to rise from a sitting or lying position to a standing position. Both phrasal verbs convey a full idea on their own without needing an object. For example, when saying I sit down, I simply sit down. When I stand up, and that's it. Transitive phrasal verbs can be further categorized into separable and inseparable verbs. For separable phrasal verbs, like put on, the verb and the particle can be separated, allowing the object to be placed in between. For example, we can say, put my shoes on, and we can also say, put on my shoes. Both are correct. However, when we use a pronoun for the object, the verb and particle must be separated. For example, let's replace my shoes with the pronoun them. We can only say put them on. We can't say put on them. The pronoun must be placed between the verb and particle. As for inseparable phrasal verbs like look after, the verb and particle cannot be separated. The object must be placed after the particle. Let's take look after as an example. Look after means to take care of someone or something. We can only say, look after my cat. We can't say, look my cat after. The object, my cat, cannot be placed between look and after. Even if we use a pronoun for the object, we need to put it after the particle. Now let's talk about the meaning of phrasal verbs. Some phrasal verbs are literal, while others are figurative. For the phrasal verbs that are literal, their meaning can easily be understood from the individual words. As for figurative phrasal verbs, their meaning cannot be guessed. Let's take a look at an example. Sit down is a phrasal verb with a literal meaning. It means to sit. clear and easy to understand. As for figurative phrasal verbs, let's take call off as an example. The verb call alone means to phone someone or to give someone or something a name. And off means away from a place. When combining call and off together, the phrasal verb call off means to cancel something. For example, my boss called off the meeting. That means my boss canceled the meeting. So, this is how phrasal verbs are categorized. Given a vast number of phrasal verbs in English, it's impossible to memorize them all from a list. The best way to learn phrasal verbs is to see them in context. In the upcoming video, we'll explore some phrasal verbs through a story. Stay tuned. If you like our video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time.